When did you get to choose between helping someone or destroying them? My dad gave me away the day I was born because he said I killed the love of his life. My mom died giving birth to me from complications during delivery, and apparently that made me a murderer in his eyes. So he literally handed me to his sister like I was radioactive waste and never looked back. My Aunt Linda raised me, and she was everything a parent should be: patient, loving, and present. But at every family event, there he was, my biological father acting like I didn't exist. He'd tell stories about his family while I sat there like a ghost at my own relative's table. When I was 7, I tried to show him a drawing I made in school, but he just looked right through me and asked my uncle about the game. By 10, I overheard him tell my grandma, "I can't even look at that kid's face. Every time I do, I see her dying." That night I went to bed thinking I was going to hell, so I started going to church 3 times a week, crying in the pews, begging God to forgive me for killing someone I never even met. That's what his words did to a 10-year-old brain. High school was the peak of his cruelty. He'd show up to my cousin's basketball games but skip mine. When relatives asked about me, he'd say, "Linda's raising the kid," like I was some random orphan. The one time I confronted him during junior year outside my grandfather's funeral, he said, "You want to know why I can't be your father? Because you took away the only person I ever loved. Every breath you take is one she'll never take again." Graduation day broke me. I'd sent him an invitation. Stupid, hopeful me. He showed up, and for 1 second I thought maybe things could change. Then he pulled me aside and said, "You're 18 now. I've done my legal obligation sending money to Linda. Don't contact me again. We're nothing to each other." That was it. The last time I tried. I went to therapy, met someone who loved me, and even started calling Linda Mom because she earned it. I thought that chapter was closed. Then 12 years later, my phone rang with an unknown number. It was him. "Hey, so, I need to see you," he said, his voice tight. "Why?" "I'm married. My wife Julia. She wants to meet you. She doesn't understand why we don't talk." My chest tightened. "What did you tell her?" "That we had a falling out when you were a teenager. Different paths, you know? Can you please just come to dinner and play along?" "I can't do that. This man destroyed my childhood, made me believe I was a killer, abandoned me completely, and now he wanted me to help him lie?" "Please," he said, and I could hear the desperation. "Just one dinner. Just make it sound like normal family stuff, that we grew apart. Maybe I was strict and you were rebellious." I was about to hang up when it hit me. He was vulnerable. He needed something from me. After all these years, I finally had power. "What exactly would I need to say?" I asked. He exhaled in relief. "Just keep it vague. Nothing specific. You know, the normal father-son stuff. Normal." He called attempting to erase my entire existence normal. So I agreed, knowing what I was going to do. He wanted me to save his marriage with lies. I was going to destroy it with the truth. I texted him later. "Thanks for reaching out. Looking forward to meeting Julia." He responded immediately with relief emojis. The man who couldn't look at me for 18 years was sending smiley faces. I called him 2 days later. "What's Julia's favorite wine? Want to bring something nice?" He talked for 10 minutes about her preferences, even said, "I knew I could count on you." Then the morning of the dinner, I sent one final text. "See you tonight. Let's make this a fresh start." He replied, "That means everything. Thank you, son." First time he'd ever called me that. I stood in front of my bathroom mirror that evening, practicing my smile. "It's so nice to finally meet you, Julia." Too eager. I tried again. "Thanks for having me over." Better. Casual. Like a normal son visiting his normal father. I straightened my collar and took a breath. The night arrived. I wore my best shirt, brought expensive wine and flowers for Julia. When he opened the door, my stomach dropped. It had been 12 years, but seeing his face in person again sent a jolt through my chest. He looked older, grayer. For a split second, I was 7 years old again, holding up that drawing. Julia appeared behind him with a warm smile and genuine laugh. She'd made my favorite meal because she asked Linda what it was. She talked about wanting a big family, how family was everything to her. Perfect. "So," she finally asked over dessert, "what really happened between you two?" "Michael just says you had disagreements." I looked at my father. He was relaxed now, confident I'd stick to the script. He even smiled at me. "Well, my mother died giving birth to me. Michael blamed me for her death. He gave me to his sister the day I was born. Told me I was a murderer. Said every breath I took was one she couldn't. The last time we spoke before this, I was 18. He told me his legal obligations were over and to never contact him again." The silence was deafening. She turned to Michael. "Is this true?" He couldn't even deny it, just sat there staring at his plate. Julia stood up and walked out. Michael followed her, begging. 2 weeks later, I got a text from him. "Julia's filing for divorce. Hope you're happy." Another text came through a minute later. "First your mother, now Julia. You destroy everything I care about." I stared at my phone for a long time before I replied, "No, Mom died giving birth, and Julia left when she found out you spent 27 years punishing a baby for